Welcome, welcome, welcome. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Bing bong. Bing bong.
Taco Ball Tuesday.
Taco Ball Tuesday.
Bro, so speaking of Bing Bong, have the Knicks been eliminated? Are they is there any chance they can get into the play-in?
Yes.
Is their season over? Let's just start right there. Who has been eliminated from any contention?
Well, the Knicks are always playing for moral victories.
I don't think they are. I think they're playing for, I don't know, moral losses. Like, what's the, like, there is no moral, I don't know. They're just like, how can we make ourselves feel worse about losing? So.
Okay. Well, since you ask, let's take a look. Let's share my screen. All right, here we are. Where are our Bing Bong Knickerbockers?
12th place. They are 5 games behind the Hawks, and they're currently playing one another right now. So if they wanted to make up any ground, now would be the time to do so. But with 10 games left, it's going to be really tough. So let's see. Pacers are
They're out
9 games back. So technically not out, but they're out. Oh no, they've got an O next to them. So what? They're done?
Yeah, eliminated.
Oh, well, maybe they've played more games. They have less than 10 left then. All right, so Detroit, well, they were eliminated before the season began, and so as the Orlando Magic. Let's keep scrolling on down. Well, who's been kicked out of the West?
Just the Rockets. And I mean the Thunder.
They are 10 games back. There's no way. They're out. They're done. Sacramento is 6 games out of the 10th seed.
Flirting. It is wild.
Doom. So
as a Spurs fan, it's wild to me that they actually have a shot at the 10 seed, like at the play-in. Who would have thought that the Lakers, the Pelicans, and the Spurs would be fighting for that elusive 10th spot?
I don't know. I can't remember if we talked about this last time I was on or if we just texted about it. Well, no, I think we texted about it because you went solo last week. Bravo, good sir. But imagine Anthony Davis coming back like just in time for the play-in, and he gets knocked out by the New Orleans Pelicans. One and done, baby. Would be hilarious. Or they beat the Pelicans and then they play the freaking Clippers to see who gets to be the 8th seed. Like, is Kawhi and Paul George, are they even alive? Enough. All right.
So that's the bottom of the cellar, or the bottom dwellers of the league.
Yeah, but like, look how tight that is. So from 2 through 7, we're at what? Well, I guess we're up to 8 games. Minnesota must have lost, but yeah, dude, 7 games between 2 through 6 out in West. And how, like, those teams got to all be playing each other in the last 10 games for the most part. Like in the East, the Cavs, I looked at a few schedules, but like the Cavs play like 6 out of like the top like 8 seeds in the last 10 games. So like so much can change literally every single night.
So how about the Suns winning without Chris Paul? They're comfortable 1st seed. There's one other team here we haven't given much respect this season in the West. The Minnesota freaking Timberwolves.
Well, we gave some respect as the return of the big man in
for
the
Cat,
NBA. So we talked a little about Karl Anthony Towns, but yeah.
How about D'Angelo Russell? How about Anthony Edwards? They're Minnesota fans are, pessimists at heart, but hey, they've got a shot at making it all the way. Well, number one, they've got a great shot at avoiding the play-in, but even getting as close to, who knows, they could still end pretty much. I think they could end anywhere from 4, 5 to 6. But this for how bad they started the season, man. I think the Timberwolves.
I don't know about a 4 seed for them, but obviously it's in play. I mean, they're close enough.
They've won 8 of their last 10 games, man. They're beating good teams too. That's the West.
All right. The East is just a quagmire. It's just a slaughterhouse grind fest. Just ridiculous. 25. So 1 through 9 separated by 10 games. So with 10 games left, almost all of those spots could be jostled around. And 10, Atlanta is only 11 games. So those last 4 seeds could all change. The last 5, 6, 7 seeds could all change. I would say Miami, Philly, and Milwaukee are guaranteed to be clear of the play-in. But I would say anything can happen 4 through 10, 4 through, I'm going to say everybody else is eliminated in the East. I would say the top 10 seeds are going to finish there in the top 10. But I would say 4 through 10 could all change. Boston could fall as far as the play-in the blink of an eye, even though they are playing insane basketball. 9 out of their last 10 wins. I mean, just like
they're I think the hottest team in the East.
They had a horrible start to the season, and here they are as the 4 seed. I did not see that happening.
And the Bulls, I mean, the Bulls dropping. They've been what? Caruso's been out, and they've had a couple of other injuries. But I mean, for a while they were the 2 seed or the 1 seed for a little bit as well.
3 and 7 in their last 10, when Milwaukee and Boston have won 8 of 10 and 9 of 10, is rough to get jumped over like that. But even if they had stayed like Philadelphia at 6 and 4, they could still, viably be like that 3 seed. But
so things get real interesting when we start to look at our bracket here. If the season, here's what I want to hear from you, Justin. If the season were to end today, what matchups are you most hyped about?
Well, let's see. As I've mentioned, Lakers, New Orleans, because there would be some sense of, I don't know, cosmic justice perhaps in the world. Would be funny, would be somewhat intriguing to watch. Toronto, Brooklyn.
Kyrie wouldn't be able to play.
What?
Kyrie would not be able to play in that matchup.
No. So what? They'd have to then lose. Say they lose to Toronto and then have to play the winner of Atlanta, Charlotte.
Wait, you're saying
Kyrie would be able to play in that game? He could play.
Why?
Well, Toronto would be the home seed, right? They would host.
But he's
the 7th seed.
He's not allowed to play in Toronto.
Oh, he's not allowed to play in Canada.
Correct. So,
oh my God.
he can't play in Barclays, and he can't play in Toronto.
Insane.
So I think no joke, Toronto is killing for that matchup.
Dude, that's just, it's totally outrageous.
I'm talking about like cosmic justice, poetic justice.
So that would be that's something to watch. And then the winner of that, if they played Philadelphia, would be doubly fun. One, Brooklyn versus Philly. Just I'm for that, so I'm done with that. But could Embiid perhaps exercise some demons against Toronto? Because the only thing I can think of is Kawhi hitting that shot. So I don't know. Any matchup that Philadelphia is in is going to be very interesting to me to watch the entire playoffs, because I'm just waiting for Doc Rivers hiding around the corner. But let's see. Boston, Chicago. I don't know if I could say that really interests me that much. Milwaukee, Cleveland,
Mm,
obviously for my fandom. Dude, I think Milwaukee is my favorite to come out of the East right now still. Um, Regardless of what their seed is, I think that would be that in Philadelphia, I think are Cleveland's toughest matchups because they both have dominating big men in size. And I don't know, with Cleveland's long list of injuries, I'm not having too much of an expectation. Not that I had too much of an expectation to begin with because of how young they are. And I think they've overachieved this year. But so I'm interested in that. And then I would say my big matchup that I'm interested in out West, obviously that's set in stone, or not set in stone, but as of right now would be Golden State, Denver.
mm.
I mean, come on. How much excitement in that matchup. And can we please get Jamal Murray back? Is
Yes,
there any news on the Jamal Murray front? I don't know. But
he'll
let's
be
see.
back. He will be back. Him and Michael Porter
Memphis,
Jr. will be back.
if Minnesota beats wins that play-in game and becomes the 7th seed or whatever, Memphis and Minnesota might be fun, just because it's like two younger teams, inexperienced, not a lot of playoff pedigree, might be entertaining, could be pretty high scoring. But yeah, those would be my big tie-ins. Obviously, I'm going to keep an eye on the play-ins to see how everything shakes out so we can get our seed matchup. But Golden
Yeah,
State, Denver, Milwaukee, Cleveland,
I
fun
think
ones there.
I think the East is going to be, especially in the first. I'm very intrigued by these play-in scenarios, just with Brooklyn being this low, and
Yeah,
then who they would match up if they win this.
they play
Um,
Philly. If they lose and then win, they got Miami.
yeah, like that. That's one of the biggest things I'm going to be following in the East is just where Brooklyn lands based on their seed and what I mean, they're going to have a brutal. If they avoid the play-in, they're going to have a brutal first round matchup. If they land in the play-in, they're going to have a very interesting first and or second game to then have a brutal matchup
You
for
think
a
Brooklyn can
semifinal.
finish as high as 6?
Totally, yeah, for sure. I mean, they're healthy, and Katie is playing lights out. Kyrie is
Healthy?
playing.
I don't know how healthy they are. Isn't one of their big three still hasn't even laced up his sneakers this year?
Wait, you're calling Ben Simmons a big three?
Well, I don't know. Who else would it be? KD, Kyrie, and
Claxton,
Blake Griffin. I was going to say Speedy Claxton, but
Patty
his
Mills.
name's Nick Claxton, not Speedy Claxton. It's Blake Griffin. It's their 6th man of the year now, who's
Probably.
just
Probably.
totally useless.
No, I mean, I haven't been following the Ben Simmons rumor train
Andre Drummond.
very recently, but I think he'll
Dude,
be back. He's
dude,
got enough to
that
play
makes me
for.
want Philly and Brooklyn even more. Dude, I don't know why I keep forgetting that they are the ones that made the trade, but like, dude, come on. Ben Simmons.
Forget about Joel Embiid exercising demons. It's James Harden exercising demons against his former team after he completely didn't show up in that matchup. What, a month ago? We were just so hyped for.
Yeah, dude, he didn't even show up. Ben Simmons showed up on the bench and then laughed because Brooklyn just destroyed Philly. But dude, I want to see Brooklyn miss the playoffs because I just think that would be hilarious. But if they're going to be in the top 8, I want them to play against Philly in round 1 because I want to see as many games of Ben Simmons and James Harden. You imagine James Harden comes out and he's getting guarded by Ben Simmons for
Oh,
just like, dude, dude, he couldn't even score when Kyrie guarded him. Get this clown, like, come on. Put an all NBA defender on him with size and length. Like,
Yeah, that's
Defensive Player of the Year candidate.
I think it might be sweeter to see them lose in the first round against the Sixers in a real series than to see them lose trying to play in. So that's what I'm rooting for, is for them to, whatever seed they need to be.
Dude, I almost don't want to see that matchup because I don't know who I would root for, because obviously in years past I would have been rooting for Philadelphia, but the addition of James Harden just makes them so much more unlikable for
It makes
me.
you hard to
And
root for them. Do it
I
for
could
Joel
just
Embiid,
I,
Justin. Do it for the process.
I could just see Doc Rivers just choking out in the first round
Ugh.
as a 2 seed and just like, oh well.
Cementing his legacy.
I know, but see, we talk about all these awesome possibilities, and we're not going to get them. The teams are going to shuffle so much, it's going to get jostled around.
Yeah. Plenty of season left. I mean, 10 games. Yeah, it'll be what, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Season will be done. Then we'll have a full playoff preview. We'll invite my main man KG, as in the Griswold of Kyle. He'll be on to give us a totally unbiased Sixers preview. We'll have the Sixers preview from Grizz, and then we'll get you doing a Cavs preview. And
imagine if it shakes out. What if the Cavs stay in the 6th seed and Philadelphia falls to the 3 seed? Cavs Sixers round 1, baby.
Nice. That would be that'd be fantastic. So what else are you following in the last few weeks here? We talked about playoff seeding, teams that are in the hunt, out of the hunt, eliminated altogether. What, anything else that your storylines, trends you're following?
Well, still keeping tabs on the scoring title. I don't know precisely how they factor how many games you have to have played in the season to be considered in the scoring race. So I'm keeping an eye on that because I think LeBron's keeping an eye on that. Got to continue to keep an eye on the big men. There was a crazy game, Cavs Nuggets, just like a wild comeback, overtime. Mobley really shined out and just went bananas in the overtime, had like 9 out of their 11 points. I think he had the game tying free throws or something like that in the last like 12 seconds. So that was fun, exciting, very exciting. I just love the continued resurgence of the big man. I think we're going to get a little Nikola action in our late game on TNT against maybe Golden State tonight, which could be a preview of a first round matchup. Right now, like I said, we've got Knicks and Hawks going on, but I'm just looking at the standings. Literally, like I've just checked the standings like 6 or 7 times a night to see who's changed, who's shuffled. Our boy, I would like to officially welcome back Draymond Green. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and your incredible knack for securing triple singles at a just unprecedented level. You sat out like 30 or 40 games, I don't know, with 7 herniated discs and a bad hamstring and Achilles or whatever. But here you are, you're back. You played 2 games coming off the bench. Why, I don't know. And now you've back in the starting lineup and you've graced us 3 games, 3 triple singles. I am all about it. So keep doing your thing. Hopefully this year you can secure a higher percentage of triple singles per game than you did last year. And always got to seek to outdo yourself.
It's like, I want to see if there's a correlation between his triple singles and them winning, because the way the Warriors win, no explanation why. It's almost like, Draymond, just play more minutes and don't do anything on the box score and we'll win. Like that that leads me to a question about the Warriors. Is their season done?
Is their season done?
Steph Curry's out
Well, not for the whole year.
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
I think so.
When do the playoffs start? I'm getting my
April.
months.
The playoffs start in 4 weeks, man.
See, I think I mixed up my months, and I thought it said he was going to be out till early April, but maybe it said out till early May.
Let's see. Let's take a look. So a sprained ligament in the foot. MRI revealed no major damage to Curry's left foot.
Oh, he'll be back for the first round. Come on.
Sprained ligament. I don't know, man. I think he might not be in for the first round, or he's going to have to recover really quickly to make it back for the first round. We'll see. Apparently, we'll get an update in 2 weeks.
Oh,
Another reevaluation. Yeah.
Waiting with the highest of anticipation.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Stopped this weekend at the Bell. Had myself 2 cheesy gordita crunches, a beef chalupa supreme, and a couple things of nacho fries, baby. They are back, and they are glorious. Glorious. Glorious.
That is another sign that the playoffs are upon us. Wonderful Taco Bell commercials, nacho fries, their entire
market. I can't wait for the NBA Finals just so that when the first team to steal an away game, I can steal a taco, baby.
Yeah. Oh, man. Can't wait. All right, my man. Let's do let's pull up some scores. What games we have happening right now?
As I said, Hawks Knicks are on right now. Hawks are up 64-58, but we have a long way to go in that one. So
that's the moral victory game.
Plenty of time for the Knicks to surge back, take a commanding lead, and then blow it spectacularly in the waning seconds.
Snatch defeat out of the jaws of victory.
Yeah, RJ Barrett just throwing up a layup that spins around the rim and then just falls off the front as everybody stands and watches it.
We've got
Rick Astley over here just draining a 3.
We've got our man Draymond, Money Green, on pace. He's rocking a solid triple single right now. 3 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 points. And somehow the Warriors are up 74-65 against the Magic in the third quarter.
Oh, they're playing the Magic. That's right. So who is Denver? Who's my night game?
Denver Clippers.
TNT. Oh, Nikola versus what's his face? Ante Zizic? No, that's the ex-Cavs Ante Zizic. He had a miserable couple careers. Ivica Zubac. Zubats.
That's not even the best. That's not even the best matchup.
If you're listening, Ante Zizic, Sergei Karasev. Funny story, if Jogo ever comes back on the podcast to share some stories, you have to ask him about the time that he was a valet and Sergei Karasev pulled up classic stuff from my main man, Mr. Josh Gonzalez. So
nice. Maybe they'll give us a Western Conference preview.
Yeah, I think we need to get some. Yeah, we'll get some guys on here, a couple guests for the old playoff previews coming up, and just get everybody hyped for the playoffs coming up.
There's another pretty sweet matchup happening right now. Bulls Bucks. But it's not looking good for the Bulls, man. They're down 16.
See, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, I think they're healthy, and the the three of them when they play together is just. I just find that I have a hard time seeing somebody else beating them in a 7-game series. But
You're just thinking about the big three. You're forgetting the big four. Bobby Portis.
I really thought you were going to say Brooke Lopez.
Bobby
Big
Portis,
Five.
an absolute beast come playoffs.
The
just
Fabulous Five.
Rocking the rim. Oh!
Playoff Portis.
Yes. Playoff Portis. Playoff. I thought you said playoff tortoise for a second.
Oh, crazy eyes, playoff Portis.
Bobby P. He's so much fun to watch, man.
All right. Griswold, you're coming on. You better prep your material. Get ready for the playoffs. You're going to give us the Philly playoff preview.
Yes.
No more hiding in the shadows, criticizing us on the Twitter sphere. It's time to step the game up and go 1-on-1 with the great one.
I will be in that boxing match. I'll be the ref. I'll just be making sure the punches are landing.
Okay, well, the ref is obviously biased. One, because the ref wants to keep his job, and two, because the ref is also a Philly fan. So, like, how is this even fair? I need a moderator of unbiased
a completely non-partial third party that has no connection to Taco Bell or NBA.
Yeah. Like,
so your wife, you want to get your
well, I think we're gonna lose on both of those accounts because she's connected to both. But I don't know. I'm sure we know plenty of people that don't like Taco Bell or the NBA. Hence, why none of them watch our podcast. So it shouldn't be hard to find somebody that we know that doesn't like any of this crap.
All right, my brother.
All right, brother.
Peace out. Grace and
Until
peace.
next week. Yo quiero Taco Ball, baby.
Live Mas, the high life.